So you want to own a superyacht. $30 million. That is the cheap part. 5 years later, you will have spent $30 million again. Not buying it, just keeping it floating. And nobody in this business publishes that number. Then governments seized about 20 of these yachts. For years of parking them cost $390 million. Real numbers. This is marked up. So here is what one actually costs to own. Step 1. You are not buying a boat. Ask anyone what the big cost is on a yacht like this, and they will say fuel. And a 50-meter does drink. 100 liters an hour at cruising speed, up to 800 liters flat out. And still, across a whole year, fuel is only 8 to 12% of the bill. Below the guest decks, there is a second boat you never see, and it is full of employees. Crew is 30 to 40%. Your biggest running cost is not diesel. It is people. Salaries alone eat up to 4 out of every 10 euros this yacht spends in a year. You did not buy a boat. You bought a payroll that happens to float. A mid-sized superyacht carries 8 to 15 full-time crew all year round. Each of them costs you 40,000 to 150,000 euros a year. A captain on a 50-meter earns 10 to 16,000 euros a month. And most captains now work rotation. Time on, time off. Which means you are paying for 2 of them. The engineer, the chef, the stewardesses, the deckhands. This is a small company with a hull around it. On a 40-meter, the crew line alone runs 500 to 900,000 euros a year. Here is the part that decides everything. None of it stops when you go home. The industry surveyed its own fleet this year. The average owner is on board 17 weeks. The yacht works 52. Which means most of what you are buying is an empty boat with the lights left on. Step 2. Survive the buy-in. If you order new, a superyacht is not priced like a car. It is priced by the meter. Below 70 meters, budget 500 to 800,000 euros for every meter of length. Go above 70, and it is about $1 million per meter. The tape measure is the price list. Then you wait. Contract to delivery is 4 to 6 years. 600 hulls over 30 meters are being welded together somewhere right now. Do not want to wait 4 years? Then you buy used. And there is a man standing in the middle. He does not own a yacht. He owns the introduction, 10% of the sale price, paid by the seller on essentially every superyacht deal. It gets split, roughly 60% to the broker who found the buyer, 40% to the one who had the boat. Now the strange part. When the papers are signed, the yacht is not yours. It belongs to a company, registered in the Cayman Islands, the Marshall Islands, or Malta. Not for the weather, for tax, for crew law, and for who is allowed to see your name. Keep a private yacht in European waters for more than 18 months, and the VAT bill lands. And the moment you take delivery, the yacht loses 10 to 20% of its value in year 1. Sounds simple. It is not. You have not left the dock yet, and you are already several million down. Step 3. Find where the money really is. Because every broker on earth will now tell you the same comforting thing. Charter it out. Rent your yacht to strangers for a week at a time, and it pays for itself. That is the pitch. So here are 3 real charter seasons, with the accounts published. A 48-meter motor yacht, 7 weeks booked. Roughly break even, before the owner steps on board at all. A 47-meter sailing yacht, 9 weeks booked. Down 444,000 euros. An 85-meter, 8 weeks booked, down 430,000 euros. Across the fleet, a full charter program covers 20 to 50% of what the yacht costs to run. And chartering is not free money. Going commercial adds 2 to 4 points to your running cost. Higher standards, commercial certification, more wear, and a summer calendar that is no longer yours. On top of the fee, the guests prepay another 30 to 40% for fuel, food, and port charges. Charter does not pay for your yacht. It makes the loss smaller. Step 4. Pay the middlemen. Because between you and every euro this yacht touches, somebody is standing there taking a cut. 20% of every charter fee is gone before it reaches you. Central agent, retail broker. 3 to 5% a year to the management company that runs the paperwork and the payroll. 2 to 3% more to the flag state and the classification society, just to stay legal. Insurance is 0.5% to 2% of the hull every year. On a 40 million euro yacht, that is up to 600,000. Then there is the parking. A summer night in Monaco, for a 50-meter, is comfortably over 1,500 euros. Grand Prix week, 40 meters and up, starts around 150,000 and can pass 500,000 euros. And every 5 to 7 years, the whole yacht comes out of the water. The 5-year class survey on a 40-meter runs 150 to 400,000 euros. A real refit, with paint, is millions. And the yard writes that invoice while your yacht is in their shed. Stack it up. The broker, the manager, the flag, the marina, the yard. There is a rule of thumb everybody in yachting repeats. 10% of the price, per year, to run it. It is wrong. And it gets more wrong every year you own the boat. 12 to 15% is closer. Above 60 meters, 16 to 19%. You own the yacht. Everybody else owns your calendar and your bank account. Step 5. Do not die. Sooner or later, every owner decides to sell. And this is where the arithmetic turns cruel. By year 5, a superyacht has lost a third to a half of what you paid for it. By year 10, roughly half to 60% is gone. The very best yards hold about 55%, and selling one is slow. The median superyacht sits on the market 392 days. More than 70% of the sales this year needed a price cut first. So it sits, crewed, insured, moored, waiting, costing you every single day that it waits. And that is the moment some owners simply stop paying, which is when you find out who really controls a superyacht. It is not the person on the title. It is the crew. Unpaid wages are a maritime lien, and a lien outranks the bank. They can have your yacht arrested in port, chained to the dock until a court sells it out from under you. In 2022, an 81-meter Oshanko was left in a harbor in Antigua. A skeleton crew kept it alive for over $100,000 a month. The crew went to court and won more than a year of unpaid wages. The island itself spent about $9 million. It sold for $40 million, less than half of what it had been worth. And that is one yacht. Now here is the number this whole video has been walking towards. About 20 superyachts were seized after 2022. For years of holding them has cost roughly $390 million. One of them, a 106-meter Lursen called Amadea, cost American taxpayers $36 million. And because a government had to file it, we know exactly what 1 month on that yacht looks like. $922,000 a month. The yacht never left the dock. And it is not just that one. Spain has held another for 51 months. Montenegro is burning $15,000 a month in mooring alone. Amadea was finally auctioned at 37% below what it was worth before any of this started. That is the only fully audited superyacht bill on Earth. And it was written by people who did not even want the boat. Step 6. Decide if it was worth it. If that number surprised you, hit the like button. It is free, and it is the only thing that keeps this channel going. So knowing all of that, why does anybody still buy one? Not as an investment. Nobody serious in this industry pretends a yacht is an investment. It is a house that moves, with a door nobody else can knock on. 17 weeks a year of being genuinely unreachable, which is a thing money can barely buy anymore. About 6,100 of them are afloat, and the order books are still full. A superyacht is not a business. It is the most expensive privacy on Earth. If this was your kind of arithmetic, I ran the same numbers on a hotel and on a ski resort. Both are on the channel. That is the business of owning a superyacht. Every source is in the pinned comment. So, $30 million on the listing. Now you know everything the price tag leaves out.